Dear my former teacher, I don't even know where to start, but just saying I miss you. It has been about 3 or 4 months by this point since we last talked. For real. Basically, ever since the summer started. I have had a pretty good summer. I've been out with friends, been growing spiritually, staying fit, and I even met a couple of cool kids in the area. You were someone I looked up to and had in high regard, and if I'm being honest, I still even do. Years later, I got my good karma, and these awesome kids who I met that are seniors in high school are actually fans of my YouTube channel. They get the same level of excitement whenever they see me in real life and have me in high regard, just like I did for you. I wish you were here to see it, but I have photographs that have captured these amazing moments. They even started a group chat dedicated to me on Instagram called Justin Shifting Fan Club. They are a bunch of cool and hilarious kids, and I'm tempted to get out the popcorn every time they fake argue in the group chat, because it's always hilarious. I cannot help but think of you with the position I'm in right now. You were my inspiration and always will be my hero. I can never hate you. And this isn't a crash out. This is not crash out, Justin, where I'm gonna let out all my anger and resentment. This is the nice kid you've always known me as. In fact, I never left. Did I mean all those things I said this year about the crew? Yes, I actually say their name right this time. And all the things I said when I was heartbroken, when you betrayed me, and constantly always sided with my enemies over me. Absolutely. But I honestly just want to put it all in the past. The truth is, I want you back in my life. And just want things to not go back to the way they were, but to be even better than before. Back then, when we were associated, the only reason why I hid this part of my life from you was because I didn't want to subject you to my bad side that summons whenever I'm being haunted by my demons. I thought I could mask myself and make it seem like I was similar to most of my peers, aka your students. So you wouldn't have to worry about me, because I never wanted to be a burden. My life isn't exactly a first anything story, whether that be a first hangout with a new friend or a first date. The truth is, I grew up in a low class family. I've missed many milestones growing up, and I'm a society reject. I was bullied a lot in school, went through so many crises. Home, which should be a place of refuge, only found dysfunction, tension, authoritarian, and micromanaging in the household. I was so shackled growing up that as an adult, I'm always in survival mode when it comes to getting what I want, even if it's not in the manner most people love. There are times where I get mad and just wish I had the same normality and luxury as my peers. But that's not real. But I'm not ashamed nor afraid. This all did not go away once I turned 18. All that trauma didn't just go away. It lingered, it festered. But once I turned 20 and we reconnected, you gave me hope. You were my anchor. You were wholesome, heroic, humble, and loving, despite being so blessed. Seeing all the love you receive always makes me happy, because I like seeing good things happening to good people. That's you, and while I can never be you, because you're literally Superwoman in real life, I can always carry your influence as I'm getting up there as my own person. Who you surrounded yourself with reflects your whole reality. Just you being in my presence made me glow in all aspects. Spiritually, mentally, and even the little things, like physically as well. And it gave me pride. To this day, those things still carry over, while evolving constantly. I know I'm very different from most of the traditional kids you are used to seeing. The ones with good upbringings and got to live life with full normalcy. But that doesn't undermine what I have done and milestones I have created for myself at all. The reason why I always get in such a good mood seeing you, in real life or behind a screen, or why I always smile, is because I love what I have became thanks to you. The fact that I now have my lovely attractive subscribers to tell all that to is just so cool. You may have not realized this 3 months ago, and maybe even not right now. But no matter how things look on the surface when it comes to circumstances, my intentions are always pure. I have always remained genuine to you, and the reason why I'm such a loyal person is growing up and even now, I never had the desire to backstab anybody, no matter how dark I can get. And that is a good thing. Which is why I'm still one of the most well loved people, despite whatever era of my life I'm going through. There's been times where the thought has popped in my mind intrusively. Like when I'm having like a blowout with somebody, and I do get those thoughts, yes, of wanting to backstab them. But actions are louder than words. And in terms of my actions going, I have never betrayed anybody. Hell, now that part of me is something you know too well. Because despite what happened between us, at the end of the day, I never wanted this to happen. When you started teaching at the college, there's a reason why I didn't crash out on the crew until 6 months later. I'm not a bad person. I just got bad luck. How was I supposed to know that my adversaries are in the group? Of course, I'm gonna feel like I was spited, which would naturally resort to retaliation. Then it brought out the side of me that I never wanted to bring out. But the more I tried to protect you from it, the more it backfired on me. But then I thought, you know what? We've known each other for years. Maybe it's time for you to learn the whole truth about me. Before that could happen, unfortunately, you got a distorted version of it by one of your son's insufferable friends. He's a crazy Stalker fan that has had it out for me for the past 8 months, but I wouldn't give in to his agenda of trying to damage my self respect. So I cut off contact with him. But then he cowardly takes the easy way out with trying to turn one of my sentimental people against me. In order to get my attention, he has to go above and beyond to harass me. And it just happened to be you caught me on a bad day, and he capitalized on the circumstances. Granted, out of respect, I won't mention all the edgy and malice jokes and comments I had made. Neither am I going to make any in this video. But I didn't like having to let out those words of emotional hurt, just as much as you didn't like hearing them. I wish that day we could have just talked things out normally, like we usually always did. But I understand you were overwhelmed, as it was a lot to take in. But you didn't have to put the knife in my back. I'm still here, though, and I'm still the wholesome kid you remember me as. Both versions of me are the real me, and like you've always taught me, two things can coexist simultaneously. And this is one of those cases, because both these personalities of mine clashing is what makes up Justin. I'm not saying there won't be moments where I'm not going to let out the darkness in me, but people like you always show me the light, even when it felt like it was too far away from me. The me talking to you right now is your everyday Justin. No characters, no nicknames, no mocking, no spiting, no name calling, and no cursing. This is not Justin shifting experience or just a nightmare talking to his former teacher. This is Justin talking to Courtney. I don't want the years to tick by with me carrying this resentment and bitterness towards you. And then when it is time to heal, it will be too late. Two people have a misunderstanding. They don't talk to each other for years, and by the time they reconcile, circumstances don't align for their connection to be redeemed. And then they reflect on lost time they can never get back, and start realizing what they had a disagreement about wasn't worth it. That's one thing we still have, is time. The summer is going to be over, and it's only been 3 months. We still have time. While in this gifted moment, that's why it's called the present, I want to tell you, I forgive you, Courtney. I forgive you. I never stopped seeing you the same way as I have had throughout these years. You're the coolest role model out of all my favorite famous people. You truly do matter, and I just want to matter as well, which basically spares you the details of why I do what I do here. If you decide to take me back, I'm more than happy to teach this phenomenon to you, only if you're interested. And vice versa, you can teach me about Genesis too. As back then, I went to Bible study group with my friends and loved it. And even to this day, me and those guys are still tight. I actually drove to a side of town I don't go to often, but it is by the same church you go to, Grace Community. And the first time was unintentional because I was just dropping off a friend. But the second time I went was because it reminded me so much of you. I've been having many dreams of us reconciling and seeing you either in middle school or at the college in these beautiful multiverses. These were universally sent messages for me, telling me that I should just follow my heart and speak how I feel, and here we are. To my lovely, attractive subscribers, I want you all to echo these words by typing "hanging on to hope" in the comments. For people I have on Instagram, James, Thomas, the local Shifting fan club, the local Justin Shifting fan club, Kendall, and maybe some honorary mentions like Jackson, Kima, and all them. This is the favor I'm asking for. I want you guys to tell her about the impact I have made on your guys' lives. And I'm not doing this to beg or bribe her into taking me back, as there's a difference between how you guys see me and how people like Stan see me. By the way, Courtney, these are very special people, and everything they say comes from the heart. I insist on making it up to you after you dealt with one bad apple in May, so I'm giving you a fresh, great bunch. Talking to you guys, this message is for the shifters now. People at home watching, embrace your differences. And for a long time, we've been made to feel like we were wrong for just existing, and we don't fit in because we were meant to stand out. Don't be afraid of who you are, because you're just as worthy of love as me and anybody else. So I'll upload this and try to carry on without you, because now I'm in a place of life where I can't lose myself, while also carrying your memory on the shelf. And if you reach out to me, I know you'll take me back. But if not, I guess this is it.